this is Boxing Lowdown and I'm back here with another video. Now, first of all, let me just apologise for not doing many recent videos. I've been struck down with the flu, been really bad, and I've been bedbound, literally. I haven't been able to get out of bed for like the last few days, coming up to a week or so now. But it's not the coronavirus, for anyone wondering, but it was pretty bad. So happy to be making a full recovery now. And let's just get back to boxing, man, because that's what it's all about. So this weekend, we've got Kell Brook taking on Mark DeLuca. Kell Brook's first return to the ring since December 2018, I believe it was. So yeah, he's been out of the ring for over a year, and it's going to be interesting to see him now back in the ring, because I think this fight will be taking place just above the welterweight limit, so effectively it's going to be super welterweight he'll be competing at, but it's welterweight where Brook is intending to campaign at. But I think he might be open to anything. But the first thing of all, is to get through this weekend and look impressive, because he's been out of action for over a year. There's going to be some ring rust there. No matter how much training you do or anything like that, there's no sort of action, ring action inside the ring. So he's going to need to, dust off the ring rust a little bit, and then we can see whether Kell Brook is still the fighter that he claims to be. I saw him in the press conference yesterday, and he's still talking boldly. He said in the press conference that he hasn't been 100% for any of his fights, which is something that I don't really believe. I think he has been 100% for some of his fights, but unfortunately against Triple G and the likes of Errol Spence, Sean Porter, I think he was 100% in. That worked out well for him, but against Triple G and Errol Spence it didn't. But I think that Kell Brook, when you look back on his career, man, I mean, he's 33 years old now, 33 coming up to 34, and it's been a very good career. I mean, he's been a world champion, he's travelled over to the States, won a world title over there against a very credible opponent, somebody that's still ranked in the top 5 of the welterweight division now. He could have done more, in my opinion. I think he could have capitalised a lot more after he defeated Sean Porter, especially in that particular division, welterweight. I mean, it's one of the best divisions in boxing right now. A host of star-studded names in there, and Kell Brook was right in that mix, man. When Floyd Mayweather was still there, Kell Brook was in the mix. I'm not saying that Floyd Mayweather was going to fight Kell Brook at any time, but you had Keith Thurman in there, you've got Pacquiao in there. I mean, you've got now, you've still got them two in there. You've got Errol Spence in there, you've still got Porter in there. You've got Danny Garcia in there, who fought the other weekend. You've got Mikey Garcia in there now. You've got Terence Crawford in there. So there's loads of guys at welterweight that Kell Brook could have fought. But unfortunately, he was just chasing Amir Khan for so long. And I think that was really his downfall. He was chasing that fight blindly and, following everything that Khan did. And it led him nowhere when you look at it. I mean, let's just forget about that fight now, because it's not going to happen. I haven't even really heard too many people talk about it anymore, because it's just not going to happen. It's dead in the water. I think that Khan's next fight could be in Saudi Arabia. So that's probably just going to be a fight that we're going to look at in the future and, speculate as to what would have happened. Like the likes of Hatton and Witter, for example. That was a fight we all wanted to see over here, but for whatever reason, them two just couldn't get a deal done and get the fight put on. So I think that's going to be the same case here with Khan and Brook, sorry. But with Kell Brook, man, I don't know. I think he's still, I think he's still got the talent to do something if he is focused and committed. He's been finding it very hard to get up for these type of fights now. And I don't really blame him. I mean, he's fought the likes of Triple G, Errol Spence. He's been over to America and fought Sean Porter. So, I mean, you could only fight mandatories and guys that we've never heard of for so long. So it's up to him now to show how much he really wants it by putting in an impressive performance against Mark DeLuca this weekend. And I saw Liam Smith's name being floated about as a potential opponent. And I've always said to myself, why has this never been discussed about being made? Why have we never really seen any serious discussions about Kell Brook and Liam Smith? I mean, Liam Smith campaigns at light middleweight. That would be a weight that Kell Brook can easily make. Both of these two are under the Matchroom banner. It will be very easy to make. I don't see why that was never an issue. I mean, I don't see why that fight can't be made. So it was good to hear Eddie Hearn talk about that at the press conference, that that is a potential fight that can be done. I'd like to see it. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a good fight domestically. I mean, yeah, it was not the likes of Amir Khan and Kell Brook, but Liam Smith is still a very good name in the sport. Very good boxer, and I think more people would pick him to beat Kell Brook right now. So I think that is a good fight to be made, and hopefully it can be done. But listen, let's not overlook Mark DeLuca completely. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about him, because I don't. He's going to come in there with his own ambitions to win, and he's going to see himself as like he can spring the upset. I mean, Brook's been out of the ring for over a year, so he's going to go in there with his ambition. This is his big chance, and it's going to be in Sheffield. You know, Kell Brook's going to be fighting in front of his home crowd. He's going to have all the hometown pressure on him. So Mark DeLuca's going in there with literally nothing to lose. I mean, nobody's expecting him to win. Nobody's expecting anything from him. So he can go out there and, you know, upset the apple cart. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm definitely going to be watching it. I've seen some people say, oh, they're not watching it and stuff like that. But listen, it's not on pay-per-view. So I'm going to be watching it. And I think the undercard, you've got the likes of Dave Allen on there. You've got Kid Galahad on there. I'm definitely down for it. I think it's going to be a good night for boxing. And it'll be interesting to see what Kell Brook has left. Interesting to see if he does win, who he calls out. You know, who's he going to be targeting? What's his actual plans and ambitions? We're all going to find out this Saturday. But let me know your predictions in the comment section below. Let me know what you think should be next for Kell Brook if he wins. And I'll give you guys a post-fight review when it's finished. Thank you guys for listening. I'll catch you on the next one.